Has a Scorpio man suddenly vanished, only to pop back into your life like nothing happened? One day he's all in, texting, calling, making plans. The next, he's a ghost. And just when you've moved on, he reappears like nothing ever changed. The Scorpio man moves by a secret code, driven by deep emotions and a need for control. Today, we're unlocking that code. You'll discover why he disappears, why he can't stay away, and how to handle his return without losing your power. Ready to decode the mystery? Let's dive in. Scorpio men are wired for intensity. They feel everything at full volume: passion, desire, fear. When they're drawn to someone, it's an all-or-nothing pull. That's why the early connection feels electric. You sense the magnetism, the mystery, the depth. It's not your imagination. He's projecting a powerful energy that's hard to ignore. But behind that charm sits a guarded core. Scorpio is a water sign ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation and secrets. He protects his emotions like a locked vault. Opening up feels dangerous to him, so he tests the waters. He might step back suddenly, not because he's done, but because he needs to feel safe before showing more. This is the classic Scorpio silence. To outsiders, it looks like ghosting. Inside his mind, it's self-protection. He retreats to process intense feelings, to regain control, to see if your connection can withstand distance. It's less about disappearing and more about regrouping. That first magnetic pull? It's real, and it's what makes the silence even more confusing. He knows how powerful the chemistry is. And that chemistry is exactly why he sometimes needs to pause. For a Scorpio man, the emotions are never casual, they're overwhelming. When you understand that, his vanishing act starts to make sense. Scorpio men vanish because they need space, but it's not as simple as he just lost interest. When emotions spike, when connection gets intense, he retreats. It's his way of processing what he's feeling. Think of it as a pressure valve. Without it, the intensity could overwhelm him or the relationship. Another reason is testing boundaries and loyalty. Scorpio men are natural detectives of the heart. They watch how you respond when he steps back. Do you chase him? Do you respect his space? It's not manipulation. It's his subconscious way of understanding if you're trustworthy and if the bond is real. And then there's the fear of vulnerability. Opening up completely is risky for a Scorpio man. He knows how much he feels, and exposing that depth can feel dangerous. Sometimes vanishing is a protective move, running before he gets hurt or before he hurts you. It's not rejection, it's self-preservation. Understanding these triggers shifts the perspective. It's not about you doing something wrong. It's about him navigating the storm of his own intense emotions, and sometimes disappearing is his only way to cope. When a Scorpio man returns, it's rarely random. He feels a deep pull toward what he left behind. Regret and yearning kick in as he realizes he may have walked away from something meaningful. He doesn't do casual, so if he comes back, it's because he truly feels the connection and wants to explore it again. Unfinished business also drives the return. Scorpios hate loose ends, especially emotional ones. If feelings were left unresolved, if questions lingered, he'll feel compelled to revisit the situation. Coming back is his way of seeking closure, or trying to create a version of the story where he doesn't lose what mattered. Finally, there's the subtle test, checking if you're still available. Scorpio men are strategic with their hearts. By resurfacing, he's gauging your reaction, seeing if the emotional chemistry is still alive, and assessing whether a second chance is possible. It's not just curiosity, it's part of how he recalibrates trust and connection before committing again. Understanding this cycle changes how you interpret his behavior. It's not chaos or inconsistency, it's his emotional rhythm. Now, the key is knowing how to respond without losing your own balance. When a Scorpio man goes silent, your instinct might be to chase, text, or demand answers. Resist it. Chasing only reinforces the pattern and gives him the power to pull away again. Instead, give him the space he needs to process and regroup. Focus on your own well-being during this time. Keep your life full. Don't pause your plans or put your emotions on hold waiting for him to reappear. Set clear boundaries for yourself. Know what's acceptable and what's not. A Scorpio man respects strength and independence, even if it challenges him. Remember, his silence is rarely about you personally. Scorpios process emotions intensely and privately. What seems like rejection is often him wrestling with his own fears, insecurities, and need for control. Understanding this helps you respond with patience, clarity, and self-respect rather than confusion or frustration. By decoding his silence, you stay grounded while navigating his intense emotional rhythm. You protect yourself while also leaving space for him to return authentically, without losing your power in the process. Breaking the cycle of disappearing and reappearing starts with trust. A Scorpio man opens up only when he feels safe and secure. Creating that safe space means showing consistency, understanding, and patience. When he knows vulnerability won't be met with judgment or pressure, he's more likely to stay fully present. Open and honest communication is essential, but timing matters. Push too soon and he withdraws. Wait until he's ready, and you can set clear expectations together. Discuss what you both need emotionally, how to handle space and intensity, and what boundaries will make the relationship feel stable for both of you. Clarity reduces confusion and prevents repeated ghosting cycles. Finally, reflect on the push-pull dynamic itself. Scorpio intensity can feel magnetic, but it can also be exhausting. Ask yourself if the highs and lows are worth it long-term. Knowing your limits ensures you don't get trapped in a pattern that drains your energy. When you combine understanding with boundaries, communication, and self-awareness, you can navigate the Scorpio vortex without losing yourself in the process. So, to recap, Scorpio men vanish to process intense emotions, test loyalty, and protect themselves from vulnerability. They return driven by regret, unfinished business, and a desire to gauge your availability. The key is to respect their space, focus on your own well-being, communicate clearly when they're ready, and decide if the intensity is right for you. If this helped you decode Scorpio energy, like and subscribe for more Zodiac deep dives. There's plenty more to unravel in the mysterious world of astrology.